Hello guys!
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to... I don't even want to say it, we're just gonna finish this island.
Archipelago.
So,
Island.
Islands.
the 10... whatever you might call it. The 10 brain island.
Yes.
Omnes vulnerunt postumanecat.
So, from the looks of things, we can take away our sword, but we can never get off it, unless we have the platform already over there,
Yeah.
which is quite funny.
There's another swordless token that's on top of a down-facing arrow in the mimic room.
Right, that's the arrow.
Yeah. So we could technically get it back somehow.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, yes. Okay.
But we could only have the sword while in that room.
Yeah.
Great.
Unless we do something to abuse the way that things work, but no, we couldn't.
And that means we want the we're going to be unable to move the mimic around much. So I'm assuming that the mimic will come out of there and we'll go into that area.
Right, because...
So what do all the plates do?
I'm assuming that the hold down ones open those 3 doors.
Alright, so we got this one, which just releases the green snake adder. This one toggles this right one and opens this door. This right one. The left one opens the bottom one, toggles the other bottom one, and then closes this left door. This one just opens this top one, toggles it, and that's it. There's a switch right here that opens this up for the roach, and this switch up here opens this door.
So what I was saying is that it looks like the mimic is going to come out of his little box and we're going to go in it, which gives the mimic the sword back. But we can't move him around very much once he's got the sword back. So
Until we get the clone.
So probably what we want the adder to do is get stuck in that little box above the roach's box, and then the mimic can kill it while standing on the force arrow.
Yep.
Then what's this clone potion for?
We put it on the raft in the top left that has the orb on it.
No, because clones won't be sworded.
But we can hit it. Can't we just punch it?
No,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
the clone.
You
The
can
clone's
use-
gonna be our guy.
Is that orb on a raft? What's?
Yes.
I can't. Is it raft? Well, is it a raft or floor? I can't tell.
It's a
The
raft.
Right click. Okay. Okay. And we've got a 1-tile raft at the bottom that we can use to get to it. Don't know if that helps, but...
So, yeah, so it'll close this off for good, so that the snake, if we want to kill the snake in there, we cannot hit this just yet.
Okay, so don't hit that yet.
But we do need to get to this switch so we can kill the roach. Eventually.
Yep.
And don't do that. So,
What did the 2 on-off pressure plates do again?
this one opens this left one, this one closes it.
Ah, right, so we want the right-hand one to be hit second. So it looks like we want the adder to go over those 2 plates and get a raft into the area that's north of the bridge to kind of make a bridge for the adder to cross over so it can hit all 3 of the plates. And that will hold up... Well, what's the plate with the arrow on it to do? At the entrance to the top cage. Yeah. So all 3 of those need to be held down so that we can get into that area and get to the clone potion.
So this puzzle is just getting the adder to follow a path.
Well, we have to make a path for the adder because at the moment there's no way it can get from the second pressure plate to the cage.
At least not without releasing one of them, or both.
No, there just isn't. Full stop. Because the path cannot go from the second plate to the first because the first one closes that door. So they've got to be hit in the other order, left to right. And the only way the adder can get from there to the cage is if something is in the water to shorten it to.
Well, it could technically go around all of those obstacles, but it wouldn't be long enough.
How many turns long is the adder?
1, 2.
You could just right-click.
Just right-click it.
Oh, okay.
30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 30 doesn't even get to the third pressure plate.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's too short. Which means we'd have to eat the mimic potion, but we need the mimic.
No, we need one. We need one of the rafts in the water to shorten his path.
Oh.
And to do that, we need to drop the bridge. So we need to get the mimic out, but with its sword, because it needs the sword to be able to drop the trapdoors.
Yeah.
Wait, then it can, instead of going up here, it can go down here. Because that's how this path is laid out. This is the only spot I could see the adder getting across.
Yeah, same here.
Oh. Alright, well, we have something, so let's just try it. So, okay, well, first we need the mimic to be able to stand somewhere, so maybe here? Let's get you in there. There we go. So yeah, that's something like this.
Yeah, more or less. I think you could go out and in again.
Oh yeah, we can,
We
can't
only
we?
need the sword to drop the trapdoors.
Right. But where could I place them that's better? Yeah, I gotta find a better spot for him. This is tricky. Somewhere over here? Maybe? No, it's not close enough.
Not quite.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Alright. It's close.
Yeah.
So I think if we can just get him to kind of wait somewhere. There we go.
Oh, but don't you reset him back to its original place again now?
You're right.
Yeah, because you moved diagonally and then you slid vertically.
So we need to find a better spot right there, maybe?
Yeah, that seems good. Oh, it did it again.
Ah!
Move. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess that could work.
So what if
You'll
he's...
at least get one down.
I don't know which one. We can get, I think, either or. Or no, maybe not. No, this is the only one we can get rid of. But yeah, one of them gone is good.
Yeah. Other one shouldn't be that much more difficult.
We just gotta find a good method to do so.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta set it back a bit more.
What if we got the other platform there so we can jump off onto the platform? So like instead... Okay, don't do that, Mimic. So what if we had this right here. What if we put this instead right there? Now this mimic's in a really bad spot though, but...
That can always be arranged.
Right. Might have been better in the first place to have it already there, but it's okay, it's fixed. Or,
Maybe more like 2 minutes. Any major revelations?
we're about to get rid of all the trapdoors. But that's really it. Alright, I think this is, no. It's close. It's very close. Can I get any closer than that? How about there? Is there nowhere else I can get him? Wait, how did we get him so close last time?
I think you're pushing it in the wrong direction.
Okay, let's try something like that. Alright, so we have this set up again. I'll even use this if I have to. Alright, he's a lot closer. But he's a little too close now. So I need to somehow separate him. Too close now. How about there? There we go.
Yay! So now we just set the platform where we want it to be.
Right there. Is that long enough now, Nuntar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I think I counted wrong, but I think it's quicker.
Wait, no, I think I have a feeling that's going to be wrong because it's still going to step 2 tiles into the little cubby hole after it hits the plate. So I think that's just going to make it not long enough.
No, I think it's going to be actually perfect because we don't want this to be held down.
Which I think we do because it...
No, because if this is held down, this toggles this door, which we need to get in, but it also toggles this to close it.
Yeah.
So we would eventually want it to be stepped off, so then this door reopens up.
Yeah, I guess so. But what about the second one?
The second one we want to be just held down because of this door.
Okay. Yeah, alright, I guess that makes sense.
So it's
if the first one is held down and then released, it being released will close the last door again. So the second one must then also be released to reopen that door.
Yeah.
Wait, to open this door?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, I think we could maybe just jiggle around and make the snake waste a few turns before going in.
Maybe. So we have to be in there by the time the snake goes into here. This is gonna be just a
nightmare.
Yeah.
We need the mimic to kill this roach, so we can't use the mimic as a sacrifice in any way.
Yeah.
The moment we get into here, though, we'll be fine, because we just grab this, place it somewhere over here, or even over here, just use this platform, or wherever the platform is. Go hit the switch. This will open, this will be held down, so this will be open. No, we all also press this, so this will be open. The mimic just goes in there, kills it, and we're all done. So I think the whole purpose of this puzzle is just to get this adder to do what we want it to do.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, though.
Right.
Alright, so let's see what happens with the platform here. Let's see what goes wrong.
Alright, yeah.
Because
Experiment.
something probably will go wrong. Considering how hard this room is. Or how it's claimed to be.
Yeah, I mean, my usual approach to a room is first try the straightforward thing and see why that doesn't work.
Yeah. Seems like a good strategy to me.
No, I need to get him to go in there, but for me to go somewhere else.
That's fine because. Oh,
So it's just a matter of counting cycles and getting it on an H-Pref thing.
That's silly.
but that's what you have to do when there's a snake in a room.
Yeah.
Well, we know
It's
it's
fun.
30, so it's pretty easy to count the cycles there.
So you're saying right here? Maybe we'll do it.
Well, it's 30 from the first plate.
Okay. Oh no, he's not. Okay, there we go.
We've lost too much snake there, though.
Yeah. Wait, what did I lose the snake to?
No,
Yeah.
I mean you wasted some length of it by going that way.
Okay, yeah.
You have like an extra 5 turns worth of snake that's just folding off into nothing.
But if this is all...
Wait a minute, I think I'm seeing what we need to do here. We do want to go through the path while the snake is going through the path itself. Because otherwise we're not getting through those doors.
Wait, can you just let the snake go into the thing again? I want to see just how many. So yeah, so right now, if those 2 kinks were straightened out, it would have 4 more squares.
Alright.
Yeah, which would cover the second plate but release the first one. That's
Well, I had an idea, but...
yeah.
Well... Okay, when doing this... Oh, no. Mimic.
Why, Mimic? Why?
When doing this, if you're holding this down, does the snake keep holding it down? Yes. So,
Yes, it only checks at the end of a turn.
so if we do the same, I was thinking if there's some way we could, if it's on the right preference, possibly we could hit this, have it hit this at the same time, so the door closes, then get off it where the door will stay closed, and then when the snake comes back around, it will open it, but then the door will close again. I'm trying to think about how to keep this door open right here with these two
Well,
switches.
I mean, so I guess the core of it is you move before the snake, and the timing on pressure plates is basically a pressure plate going down is as a result of the move that pushed it down, so it happens before anything else does that turn. A pressure plate going up happens at the end of the turn, in like the cleanup phase when it's checking various things.
But from what I'm seeing, both of these plates do have to be pushed off of eventually. Because the moment this is released, like Nuntar said, this door is going to close.
Right, but if you're on the clone potion, then it doesn't matter. And is there a pressure plate under that potion?
Yes, that opens this up.
Okay, yeah. Then, so the clone potion is basically just there as a way out that only you can take, not the mimic.
Right. So then how do we get the adder to go where we want it to go? So first let me get the platform real quick so we can at least have...
And it won't go that way naturally, it doesn't look like.
No, that's a very
And you-
obscure
yeah, you-
pathway.
Yeah, and you can't use the mimic to block it because it's an adder.
So we need to find some way to get the adder to walk that path, yet be in here fast enough. And get through this gauntlet fast enough.
10 brains indeed.
So, how? Guess,
How?
can I get this? Can I get this mimic somewhere else?
Like, it almost doesn't seem like there's room for a trick. It's so simple, but just impossible.
Right. Okay, let's just. Where can I get this mimic to go? Somewhere where he's not getting in the way. Preferably down this way.
Okay, so our assumptions are that we have to get the adder to take that path, and we also have to be in that cage on the bottom right.
Right.
But if we're on the bottom right, there's no way to guide the adder, so something there has to be false.
Hmm. That's a good question. What is false? Well, is our assumption that once this plate is released, that this door will be closed, and then the only way to release that is to have this open, but the moment that happens, both of these are closed.
Is it not possible to use the mimic to hit those two plates?
That's a good question. If we did set up the mimic correctly, we'd have to do it in the small space.
And possibly setting up the adder as something to give the mimic leverage off of.
That's a good idea, actually.
Well, the adder does have to hit the third plate because it's got a force arrow on it, and the mimic can't go in there because the mimic must kill the roach at the end.
Yeah.
So then maybe Nuntara is a good idea. Let's try it.
But then once we do that, the mimic has to get across to the other side of the island somehow, right?
Well, not necessarily.
I think it should be able to do that anyway. Because, well, you could use the rafts.
Yeah, true. I guess it looks like it shouldn't be that big a deal.
Okay.
Alright?
So now is there a way we could set up the mimic to where we can get in through those doors?
What did the plates toggle? I'm guessing the left one toggles the bottom left door, and the right one toggles the middle right door.
Yeah.
That seems a bit more difficult.
Well,
So the mimic would have to be on the second plate while we were on that door, and then there's no way to move it left to the other plate without. Yeah, that's not possible. Or the adder could hold down two plates, and the mimic could hold down the third one, but no, because then.
the mimic's gonna move.
Shortening the adder is a way to manually release the right plate, assuming we get the adder arranged the right way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could retake our sword. Okay, I need to figure out a way to. This adder is in a bad orientation.
I think you might want to set up the raft, one of the rafts, so that the adder can, so that the mimic can get to the other side after the adder's set up.
All right, let's first set up the adder, and that should be simple enough. he didn't go up there. I can shorten him like that, though.
Oh.
Well, if you didn't do that right away.
Alright.
He's barely gonna miss it, though. We need to still shorten them.
Something movement order.
Well, it's not movement order, it's just
Yeah, turn
directional
preference. Yeah. Something that then.
Alright, let's try a different. Let's try around here. He just needs to go straight this way. Thank you. And now he needs to be lovey-dovey this way. There we go.
Yay.
Perfect.
So he's barely not long enough to hold down both of those. This does need to be released for this to be reopened. And then we need to be standing, I think, if we can get the mimic set up to this top left corner, we can just actually jump down to the bottom left and break it manually that way. Which means that, though I set it up correctly, the mimic is in a horrible spot right now.
Yeah, as I
Alright,
said,
so,
you
alright,
might
so the
want to
left
use the
plate.
raft.
What exactly is the left plate gonna do?
So the left plate's useless now. We don't... No, we do need it. Oh, wait.
We do.
Yeah.
So we need to hit the left plate and then uncover the right.
Oh, gosh. I felt confident and now I don't.
That's what this hold does.
If these plates were switched, my idea would have worked. Because my idea is once this is released and this is held down at the same time, I don't know.
I have a random idea with no
If we had-
basis in
if we
actual
had two
solution.
paths-
But what if you got the adder stuck right on the tile above the one where the raft currently stands, and then you remove the raft so that it gets stuck there, and then once you're in a better position, return the raft so that the snake can get there? Right now, because we do want it to go up, but...
You mean basically? Oh, I see what you mean. So using the raft to be able to control the snake a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
so possibly using the top to that top region there to
Yeah.
stretch out the snake a little bit more, so that it's not necessarily covering both of those plates, and the raft could be used for something. I don't know.
Well, it could be to delay the snake, because when you remove the raft, okay, so now you have more room to maneuver and get yourself
Exactly.
at least in the east.
Right. What I'm saying is the raft now is a way to shorten the snake.
And there's a way to get it to go to
Effectively.
east.
And it looks like if things are set up correctly, that from where it is now to that pressure plate looks like a natural snake path. If it goes there and spends that entire time in HPref, then it'll go north because it's trying to go into that wall and then continue. But HPref isn't that long, so actually no, that won't work then. It might. It looks like it almost works.
Well, what would happen if it was in the last turn of V preference? Oh, it would go down.
What happens if... Where I'm standing now, the Mimic was standing. We got all the way down somewhere in here. The Mimic was standing here. We have the Mimic go up and then to the top left, and then this snake, by some miracle, walks this way. We're going to already be in here.
That's what we were just discussing. The problem is that the miracle can't happen because the snake would need to be in horizontal preference for 6 consecutive turns.
Yeah.
Great.
And it has to be, yeah, so it has to be on HPref when it steps onto the raft, because otherwise it'll get itself caught because of the shape of the raft.
Yeah.
If this raft was a different shape, it would work.
Yeah.
Basically, this is the one raft shape that would not work with this.
We also can't use the one tile one because if we have the mimic step there, the snake will eat it.
Yep.
So.
So this isn't the right solution.
Nah.
Jeez. It's like he purposely set this up perfectly.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, honestly. This is...
Yeah, if you did need that orb, we could use that 2-tile platform and do something, but we need the orb.
I mean, I see why, like, everyone says this is a brilliant hold.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's absolutely evil, but... still.
Yeah.
That doesn't get us any closer to a solution, so let's see.
Well, I don't want to rebuild the bridge anytime soon, but I hope the bridge isn't needed for the solution either.
That's an idea.
Yeah, actually, getting the snake across the bridge.
And then dropping the bridge.
Well, that kills the snake.
Shortens it. It won't kill it unless the head is on the bridge. But that's
It would
why
shorten it,
short-
but then how would you drop the trapdoors?
All I'm saying is getting the snake across the bridge is an alternate route, and so possibly using something else for the pressure plates.
What if we had the snake go in an inverse path through the bridge onto the plate? Like, instead of stepping left to right, we step right to left.
Technically, that
It would close it, but we would open the... wait, no. I don't think it would work.
No,
because-
I think you kind of have an idea. What if his tail was instead here, from walking opposite, and then he walked across the bridge, and then hit the plate? Now
Yeah.
this would be held down. Then we have the mimic over here. The mimic hits this adder, shortening this tail when we're in here,
Mhm.
opening this back up, but then this would close. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, can you click the left one to see what it does? Okay, it toggles, yeah, okay.
So that's
Yeah,
the only
that's what I feared.
that's the only problem. Is the door would close back up on us, and that doesn't help us.
We can't really use the mimic for anything because we wouldn't have the time.
No, I think that dropping the bridge from under the adder is more likely to be the solution because it's more completely different from the obvious routes.
But how do we drop the bridge under the adder
When the adder's
if we can't get the trapdoors?
yeah, the adder's giant body is going to be on top of the bridge and the trapdoors.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have to drop the bridge.
You could put a platform so that the adder moves over the platform instead of the trapdoor.
That is
I
true.
guess it could.
But the only thing is what is a short?
Actually, what happens if you drop a bridge while part of an adder is on top of it? Does it shorten the adder?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But
Then
why would we want to shorten it though?
Because that will release the plate, the pressure plate.
since we can't shorten the adder with the mimic's sword, we can shorten the adder like this, because there's no way to get the mimic up there while we're in that little chamber. But this is possible while we're in the chamber. That's a way to shorten it.
Well, if I could walk this entire mimic all the way over here and have him set up in this corner. When I enter this chamber, he'll get his sword back, and then it's just a matter of moving east 1, south 1, hitting him, then moving northwest.
Actually, yeah, the right portion of the island is set up perfectly for that. So you can use the 1 on the right and then the 3 on the left.
Because if we need to shorten the adder, I think that would still be the best method.
Yeah, I have to agree here.
So basically, the 1 you would be placing at exactly where the first trapdoor was. So drop the left trapdoor, and place the 1 raft where it was, and then the 3 goes directly under the bridge, or directly south of the bridge.
So should I respawn the bridge?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Oh, all that work for nothing.
Actually, just remember one of those checkpoints though, so we can restore back to it if this was a bad idea.
Alright, hold on. Since I know this checkpoint is still with the bridge down, yes. So let me pick a...
From there, just go and walk on the top checkpoint because that one seems to be out of the way of the puzzle area.
Alright. Alright. So what are we trying now?
Drop the left
So
trapdoor and then put a
we're
raft on
actually-
top.
Maybe it's not the left that needs to be dropped. One of the two needs to be dropped and replaced with the raft. And actually, it looks like neither of them do that perfectly. Those two little islands both prevent the three from being used to cleanly make a path around.
Yeah.
What if we use together with the mimic? So we go over to where the 2 square platform with the orb is, and we move that platform at the same time as the mimic moves the 3 square platform under the orb. Then the orb will not fall.
Wow.
I only know this because in that room in Entry Point, I had to replace the eye with an orb, and I was just mentioning in chat how this is a good idea because it teaches that orbs can be dropped on platforms, and Chaco mentioned this trick. That's how I know it works.
Yeah. And I remember someone mentioned an evil trick for this room, so that might be it.
If that's it, I'm gonna just... Alright.
Multiple evil tricks.
So then next, I would assume we need to... Okay. Walk together with him on this platform?
Sure. Let's go on a jolly ride.
I definitely remember this room being described as having multiple evil tricks.
Alright, so... Now where in the world do we want this...
I don't think you want to hit the... Oh, no, you didn't. Okay.
Wait, both southwest from there should work, right? Or no, southeast rather.
Oh gosh.
Oh, there we go.
Now I just gotta find a way to get this mimic to go where I want it to go.
Yeah.
How do I set up this mimic correctly?
Move your platform 1 south.
Which one? This one?
This one. She should be able to step back now.
Oh!
Well done, Jeff.
Yay!
So now we have a 2 platform. So now if we drop one of these, we can easily even move the 1 platform in there and have it use this corner if we wanted to. But I don't know if that corner is still any good. But
alright, so the 2 and the 1 are... So the... Two, okay, so let's see. The 1... So... Alright, so if the trapdoor on the left side of the bridge is square 1 and the trapdoor on the right side of the bridge is square 4, the 1... Or is square 5, rather. The 1 goes right above square 4, it looks like. So now... So the adder can basically go up through there. And now all you have to do to drop the bridge is drop the right trapdoor, and that'll shorten the adder.
Yeah.
So first you're gonna have to get the adder up to the north and turn him around. That way he can cover both of these pressure plates and go around that way through the bridge.
so how? Okay, so what are we doing?
Right? Any objections to that? Does that make sense? Basically,
Not really. I'm not sure I understand.
Alright, so first we would get the adder all the way to the other side of the island, onto the part with the sand, and then turn him around.
Yeah?
So that way you can get him to be covering both of those pressure plates and going across the bridge.
Alright.
So kind of like this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Obviously to set up the bridge first.
So how do we set this up? Okay, well,
dropping the left trapdoor, and then setting up the platforms as we described before.
Yeah.
alright, well, first things first.
This seems promising.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Wait, why the left one?
Because we'll put a platform on top of that one, and then we'll set the 2-tile platform in the middle of the bridge. So that the adder will step onto the checkpoint, I think.
Right.
Oh, so we were moving this trapdoor, and then he's gonna walk up here.
Right. So that trapdoor is going to be replaced by the either the 1 or the 2. It actually doesn't matter because the two can go 1 to the left of where the 1 would go, if we do it that way. It seems like both of those work fine.
But how are we going to make the snake move upwards? Vertical preference?
Actually, it probably is relevant which one because we need like exact H pref, V pref timing, and 1 square makes the entire difference.
Yeah,
In addition to everything else that's difficult about this room.
indeed.
Alright, so I got rid of that. At least I'm getting better at that. Alright, so first things first. Don't mimic. Yeah, you can go in that chamber where you don't do anything. Alright, so... It won't go here because this is considered land, but that's fine.
Yeah, the 1-tile one goes there.
Now the only problem is when we do set up the adder, we can't get out. We don't have a raft to get out.
That's true, but we won't need to. I think.
At least we shouldn't need to.
All right, let's hope that. Okay, first thing we do need the mimic out. So, go on, mimic. All right, so I need to set up the adder next, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
So let me get the raft over there and make sure the mimic does not go back in there.
And does anyone know, like offhand, what happens when you have 2 pressure plates that are released simultaneously? 1 closes a door, 1 opens a door. Which happens first?
No, I don't know.
I think it's the one that's released first that's going to...
But what I'm saying is, let's
based
say...
on movement order and stuff.
Right, but let's say we do that by shortening the adder by dropping the bridge.
Yeah?
Which one is released first?
It's going to be the one that is that would be released first under normal circumstances. So in our case, it would probably be the right one. That would be.
Oh.
Jeff, don't guess. I'm testing in the editor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Because that affects whether or not this works.
Yeah.
So the door is currently closed.
Yeah.
I'm terrible to figure this out. And while this is happening, I guess I'll set up the adder. So is this how we want it set up? Or I guess first things first over here.
Sort of, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be a pest and not go the right way.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
So it's a different move preference.
Door ends up closed.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter how long this part is. Alright. So is this gonna work or not? But this is the problem. How am I gonna actually drop the trapdoor on him? Because I need a sword.
Yeah, it has to... Right, so he's gonna go north through here, right?
Right.
And now into that thing.
What thing?
North.
The cage at the top.
Okay, I see.
I keep forgetting that no one else can see my mouse. So it's...
Alright. This looks nice.
Yeah.
So now we need them shortened, but
Okay, so if we have the mimic on the bridge,
right.
close to the bridge. So now let's see what happens when we drop the bridge.
If we're
Okay.
if we're inside there, then it will open up.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's interesting.
only problem is,
Now we have to be inside here and drop the trapdoor.
Yeah.
yeah. This looks either like we almost have it, or like we're supposed to think we almost have it.
I like to think it's both.
Okay, let's first figure out how far I'm supposed to be down. Can I get him any more down than that before I go down? No, it's as down as I'm gonna get him. We could try to get him. No, I need to somehow get him.
I think once you step on the first door, you need to step southwest and have the mimic step on the trapdoor from there.
So like,
Yeah, so yeah. Here, the mimic needs to be on the trapdoor.
but we can't step southwest or he's gonna go back off it. Like that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I could try using the light. If I can set him up to where he uses the light. Like, maybe like something like this. Oh, I need him a little more over this way. Alright. So I could set him up to where he's on the light right here. Now he's just a little too short. But I can actually, probably... Oh, not like that.
Yeah, probably.
I need to be a little more over. Shoot.
Yeah, I need him to be further to the left. Like 2 tiles further.
Mm-hmm. Because my idea is if he's right here, I go southeast, southwest, I can go 2 west, 1 east, I'll be right there,
Yeah?
and the doors will be open. So if I can get him, by the time I get to this door, to stand right in this row, then I'm set.
Yeah.
That looks right, but don't ask me for help. I hate mimic puzzles.
So I need to somehow set him up right here.
Maybe, yeah. Right. There we go.
That's it.
Looks
That's
like
it. That was easier than I thought it would be.
I feel like
I think the whole problem with that puzzle was the bridge thing, and once we realized that, it was more... I think we
Yeah.
had more trouble though with the 2 mimic one than this one.
Yeah, that one was just finicky.
I'm not sure whether to be like relieved or disappointed that it wasn't.
Anywhere near as hard as its reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'm happy that it was kind of fun to figure out, though.
It was hard and it had some nasty tricks, but no.
Definitely.
17 much,
Yeah.
much worse.
I mean, this is definitely a good room, but like,
Yes.
it only took an hour.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
so we did a lot better than the last one.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I guess the tricks alone kind of make it a 10 brain thing, but I don't know, I'd say 9, maybe 9.5 at most.
Actually, it didn't even take us an hour. It only took us 43 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was going by the call time, but that was.
Yeah, that turned out quite nicely.
And some of those minutes were because I was waiting for an untar, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Alright.
Alright, so let's finish it up.
Yes.
So, Untar, it's all yours.
When I arrived on the mainland, I was too tired to do much more. I was still a considerable distance from the port our dramatic voyage had departed from. I allowed myself to collapse in the grass and sleep until the next day, which was not far off. I then walked to that city, my home. I was pleasantly surprised in many ways in the days that followed. News had already reached them of the wreck through one of my other friends who managed to survive. I had been assumed dead. Accordingly, there was a celebration when I returned. The cost of the boat was covered by the Merchants Guild. Life went on. I eventually decided that this would make a great story, so here I am, writing this. The whole incident opened my eyes to just how fleeting life is. I also got thinking about how unduly worried I had been about the many details of my return. Clearly, the immediate worries clouded my ability to think straight about all of life. My natural pessimism took over, and it might have been the death of me. I came to see that viewing life so negatively accomplishes nothing. Since then, I've just been glad that I'm alive and all the roaches and snakes are not.
So, there is a mainland. Oh boy.
There's the master wall.
So, next time I guess we'll just see what's up ahead. See you then, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.